Right, look at that. My juicy stuff. I didn't think this would show all of this. So let's see what should we do. Pop it up. Hey, pop. Just kidding. Hi. I'm Goofy if you didn't know that. I'm here. Welcome to Daily Divine Guidance. Yeah. Ooh, that's real. Ooh, God, that just swing over either. Well, thank you, Father. It cannot swing over either way. It'll get locked. So, hello everyone. I'm sure I'll get a phone call. Now listen, this thing ain't dinged all day. Very seldom. But oh, here we go. So I heard there's cameras on me. Hello. I heard there's all kinds of stuff set up. Oh, I didn't know that frame was down. Oh, Jesus. So praise the Lord. We were talking in our last video, and welcome back. Our daily divine topic today is dealing with family. It could be children. These children will become adults. They're still your children, but they will become adults. Yes. And how do you deal with that? If you already have issues existing when they're young that they believe are problems, you don't think so. Because see, you've been through some things with your own family, your own relationships, your own partnerships, your own life, right? So to you, not everybody, but maybe you understand flexibility, forgiveness, you know, just getting on with it. But when you're young, you kind of see things differently and you just make a judgment decision versus just allowing life to play out. And you feel like you need to cut this one off, and you're in the era where you need to cut this one off. And I just feel like I don't need my mother. She just seems so toxic and she seems broken, and she keeps repeating the same thing. She just really needs to go meditate. I don't know what it is. I don't want. I'm young and popping. I'm getting into trouble listening to clowns that look good, sound good, because I like the circus. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not going to go with the woman that loved me and birthed me and tried to do the best to make me have A's and B's and drive early and get a degree early so that I wouldn't have to be out here shaking my ass, trying to get things done. She really tried to work my brain so I could be an honorable, hardworking person and maybe start my business on the side if I wanted to shake my butt. At least I'll be in control because I had my own money. But no, I wanted to leave that behind and go shake my ass and, call it dancing. Just dancing. And I mean well, but I'm a kid. So people could easily tell me one thing and get me into it. And now I'm in the sex trade business. Now I'm doing sex dances and I'm surrounded by people that are thoughts and they want to sex me up and get me out there and put a camera up my butt because I didn't get my own place like my mother said, and I didn't get my own friends, and I didn't use my brain to go get a job where I could actually control my life and decide who I really wanted in and out instead of living with people and listening to pimps and prostitutes that pretend to be preachers and teachers and deacons. Yeah, I'm gonna go this route. I don't listen. I have to learn the hard way, and I did say that, didn't I? As a little teenage kid, I guess I got to learn the hard way, didn't I? Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, I went through what I heard. For those that didn't understand that, when you're raising children, there unfortunately are a lot of things you're competing with. You think because they came out of you, they're gonna listen to you, right? You figure because they are the ones you're spending money on to look good when they go to school, but because the school is ratchet, they're messing up their hairstyle before they get home. You're the one that's making sure they have maxi pass and toothbrushes and toothpaste and making sure they have bus fare and all that and they're safe. And again, adults understand you cannot just leave a freaking job in a whole nother city 30, 40 miles away because someone fell and didn't die. You can't just up and leave. By the time you get to this person, although it's important to them, they're not thinking of your employer. They're not thinking of how these jobs can literally put something on your work history that says you abandoned a job because you left it. And that can prevent you from getting any other job. Sort of. Because if you can have a good history. But if people just enjoy because you're black or fabulous or whatever, just putting things on your record to say, because I'm going to tell you, I remember having a job, I think it was a temp agency, I think, and there were two white ladies, I'm just going to say, and white is an umbrella. Nobody's white or black. We're nations, period. We all came from somewhere over there, okay? Generally. You started over there. That's where the land was. There was more water. But as time went, there was more land and people migrated into different parts of the world here on this earth that God created. However that looks, these ladies, I remember being there and they were giving me a hard time, and it appeared that they had did something. My work life has not been the same. I don't know if they put something on my record or they put something in my background in the white people system. I don't know, but I've never had a job over a year. I have no idea. I can't blame them, but that's kind of when I noticed that there was some weird things going on. So you have children, you're working hard to protect them and teach them. And again, as a single working parent, you only have what you were given. God can give you more, but generally, you have to kind of understand that you're in the moment with these children. You didn't create them yourself. You had help, right? And now you're tossed into raising them for whatever reason, whether someone set that up or whatever. Um, so how do you deal with going forward? Just say after all these teenage years and these children have developed a "I don't like you" style. You've done nothing wrong, but we're going to find all the faults that any parent can have. I mean, we're all human. We've all been teenagers, generally. We've all had our likes and dislikes of our parents or whatever. I didn't. I still don't dislike these people. I mean, they do some crazy stuff, and I said it, and they think it's normal. And you know what I think? That's between you and God. That's between you and God. I mean, they're treating me like a whole slave right now. And it's like, I just feel sorry for them that they have that type of mentality, that they've actually found themselves at this age thinking they need to watch me. That's so funny. Yeah, they're literally watching me every which way, like they're the warden or something. And I just laugh like, girl, this could be your last week with these people as old as they are acting it's crazy. Just find a few. But then you think they've been doing this my whole life, sort of. And then you want to get mad, and it's like you can't do nothing but shake your head and laugh because it's like this may be their last week on earth. So it could be your last week. So my point is, wherever you find yourself, sit in it, stand in it, look around, and ask God to lead you to where you need to be divinely. It doesn't matter what your kids think, family thinks. These are times where people need to find themselves centered in the will of God. There's a lot that's about to go on. There's a lot that's been going on. And this is not the time to be getting too far into these family things. We have to stay focused on reality. Not saying that our families aren't reality, but some of this stuff is really based on their own fantasies, their own personal ideas and ideologies of you that would it ain't your business. If you had an ex partner or spouse, it's none of your business what they think or believe about you, unfortunately. And I think that's what upsets people. When God gives you divine guidance to leave a situation or you see the need to go on, it's not so much always that you use them, you don't like them. Oh my God, you just fell out of love with them. And people are looking for these divine carnal answers. Well, why is it over? I mean, I thought, and it's like, huh. It's like when you have a car, you love the car, your body was so excited, it was shiny, ooh, but then you trade it in. So what? I know life isn't that easy when you're dealing with people. But the truth is, you cannot control another person, not even your children. So who are you responsible for? Yourself. And you do your best. You really do. And your best may be a funky zero to somebody. It could be. Maybe you're emotionally retarded. It happens. Or crippled. It happens. There are a lot of people that grew up in heartless childhood homes and they just don't have a heart. So where you're wanting to be so fully touchy and you want things to go so perfectly this way and that way, your ideology isn't an ideology because you cannot control the way other people see and do things. Now, yes, people need discipline. There was someone that was kind of getting rough with me. Naturally, I would seek some type of help, legal, gun law, something, because they didn't have a right to do that. So, yes, there are times where you need to get something in place for people to follow guidelines or be more considerate or just protect yourself. We get it. Yes. But in the same token, in some of these cases, people are just living out their lives, and there's sometimes a divine order to do something else. Unfortunately, this is why I don't think I ever really got so emotional about a situation, somebody walking away, family, friends, kids. Is it easy? No. You get confused sometimes, but that's life. It's life. They don't like you. They hate you. They want to change their name. They don't want to be associated with you. Sounds like a teenager. Sounds like young adults. They do it all the time. You call the police. My kids are missing. I haven't seen them. Well, ma'am, they're grown. It happens a lot. This is, oh God, that's their age group. And then if you don't watch it and don't pray, they'll grow into just really being out here by themselves without any type of social group that really loves them. And they'll just be existing. And then they'll come back around in their head and heart and be like, wait, we lost our first love. And then that's at your funeral, which is sad because all you did was love these people. All you did was offer what you had. And if they ever sat down and really talked to you instead of saying, you weren't available, you didn't talk to us, you have an opportunity right now. And you're sitting here whining. And you know what? They probably don't care if you die. This is how stupid some people are. This is how stupid people are today. They could care less if you died. And what do? Keep getting your divine guidance from God. That is not your business what those clowns think. You know who you are. You know you're a good mom. You're 1,000%, if not more, a good father. You know you do all that you can to protect your children, even from the other mate that may be maniacal, uh, untouchable for reality. Like they do not touch reality. Some people they be way up in the sky, and it's like if they could come down, they come down a little bit. And it can be both parents. Both parents are childish and immature, and you get these kids and they're being tossed around, or you have a really passive mom, really quiet and sweet, little school teacher, book writer, whatever, really sweet. Nothing wrong with that. But she doesn't have the boundaries where buck stops here. No nonsense. I'm nice, but right there. Don't do it again. Right there. I told you. Do it if you want to. You gonna get the business, right? And then you have the whimsical father. He's just all over drunk and whatever he's doing. Yeah, he's just reveling in whatever madness he's got going on. So there's no balance for a child. So there's no support, sort of, and their mind is everywhere. F both of y'all. I don't want to be a part of none of y'all life. Then sometimes people find their balance as a parent because we're all big kids. We all had a childhood. Some of us still live out of it. So what do? Divine guidance. Ask God to lead you throughout your life and listen. Pray, listen, study the Bible. This is not religious. People are feeding their face. They're feeding their greed, their obsessions, like crime shows, whatever. They have boyfriends, girlfriends. They're doing all this stuff and they're neglecting their spirit. The same as you go to the doctor for your body, same as you go to the dentist, the same as you go to the eye doctor. People forget about their spirit. People forget about their minds. They do not follow God in these areas. They do not go to doctors for these things. So a large portion of the society is out of control mentally and emotionally. Like they'll go to the doctor for pain or whatever, but mental anguish, rejection, things of that nature, they have no support. Their spirits being out of control. A lot of people that are committing crimes, I'm telling you, it's more spiritual than natural. And it kind of starts in childhood. So the most you can do is pray for your family, whether they ever come see you or not. If you die alone, pray for them that even in your absence, that they'll be okay. Okay? You've done nothing wrong. You were human like anybody else. That's dry skin, Jesus. You did what you had to do. You enjoyed your life. You enjoyed your family. Hello. Afros, Muhammad. Hello. You did what you had to do. You said what you had to say the best you know how. And this is why I said when you're in your 20s, you should be very more thoughtful towards college and things. Not that it'll be any better, but you will be better equipped financially and hopefully emotionally to have children. Now, age is just a number, But you definitely want to give yourself a fair chance to have and be and do everything this kid needs, because you'll never be ready for it. I don't care what age you are and how much money you got. These kids, you can do everything possible and they'll still find a problem and act a fool because they have personalities and you don't know where it's coming from. You can be the best parent, you can be the best wife, you can be the best mother. You really gave it your 100 and they'll still think it's a funky zero, block you, cut you out of their lives, and just move like a rabid dog with no sense. Some of them. Like you just birthed them and they just gonna go out there like a dog. Like they ain't got no mama, no loved ones, nothing. They just in them streets. That is sad. Sad. And it's heartbreaking. But what do you do? Divine guidance say, ask God to let you stand in wherever you're at in whatever position. And ask God to elevate you to the place where you need to be, where He wants you to be, and how He wants you to be. That's it. And maybe others will follow, because society will make you look like a funky zero when you're the real hero. That's sad. And people have to learn the hard way. Man, she was everything. She did everything for me. I ain't had to do nothing. It was so easy then. And I just jumped out of that and ran somewhere else because you were listening to demons. Yeah, it happens a lot. Everybody I meet, they go listen to the demon because they playing these hot pop, I'm better than her games, and people fall for that. And I just sit back. I don't take it personally. I know who I am. God already stood me in my life and let me see what I needed to be and where I needed to be. And people keep going, nope, you're going to stay over here. God's like, I got to stay right there. Just stand there. I'm going to open the way, move all those blockages out. That's why I say you need to stand and ask God right where you're at to show you everything. How are you doing? Looks like Twitter. And He'll show you. And whatever else is supposed to be, it'll fall in. So people that are running around trying to make things go in their favor, if God didn't give you favor for that, you need to calm down, because you do not want God to knock you off your block to get your attention. These they call it in tarot towers. In the Bible is called deliverance. It's when God literally allows whatever you're doing to come to like a pay period. You get paid for whatever stretch of time the universe decided. Okay, because people see blessings, right? Like now, people are trying to steal my blessings. Now let's look at this. There's something in the Bible called sin wages. Everybody got a dad. You can clean a slate when you talk to Jesus. That's what He died for, right? He paid the cost of all y'all doing the most. See, us. Nobody's exempt from sin. Okay. Some got a little bit, some got a lot bit. And He can clean the slate. That's why you pray daily. Keep your slate clean. Father, did I do anything that was wrong? Let me check myself. Let me look at my own time. Let me look at my own timesheet. See if there's anything I missed. Something I didn't do and I'm trying to get paid for. Something I'm trying to take somebody else did. See? I'm trying to put it on my check. That's still in time. But payday coming after a while. He don't miss. He got the exact, him and his angels. They call him Metatron in tarot. I don't know. They're recording everything. All the time, check in. You ain't got to worry about it. Because when your check arrives to your temple, your address, it don't miss a cent. So you've been out here working overtime doing some effed up stuff, thinking, well, I want things to go in my direction, so I'm going to manipulate. I'm going to keep holding things up. Watch your check. What is that? When a whole bunch of stuff hit the fan. Yep. When everything hit the fan all at once and you was sitting there smug, thinking you was smart, holding someone up and doing stuff when God had a divine time for something to happen. I'm just going to keep holding it up. When that check comes, it's going to release all of your ideas and ambitions. If you on that F side, you like to F stuff up. Oh, I'm going to F it up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It don't matter who you are. It could be me. If I'm sitting up here blocking somebody and constantly putting up stuff and doing stuff and all in the background, being a grandstander, is that the word? When that check comes, you're going to be so busy counting all them pennies, trying to figure out where all them negatives come from. You ain't going to have time to be focusing on nothing else because you're going to be delivered right up out the way of whatever you was doing. So if you're the type of person that likes to hold people up and do little silly stuff and be immature and be all in your feelings when the Bible said walk in the spirit because you don't believe in the Bible, when that check comes, you're going to be so busy, bombarded with all the charges of overtime you got to pay back. It can become legal. It can become spiritual. It can be social. It can be financial for real. You're manifesting something. That's the strange part about manifestation. If you're focusing on so hard on someone else's downfall, you're gonna get a check for that. It could succeed all day. Oh, we did it, yeah. But when God sends your check, all that you did gain, it's gonna come back as a big negative, and you're gonna have to account for all of those charges. It's called sin. It's called wages. Now, did that make sense? You have a timesheet. However long you're here on earth, there's times where the universe comes back around somehow and it says, payday. You ain't looking for it. Come anytime. But it's keeping time. And when God divinely says, payday, it's going to come back around and get you. Oh, it's coming to your address. You can move as much as you want. It's you, your person. It's going to come to you. It's going to find you, honey. This is universal law. And this is what the Bible is talking about. So tarot is breaking it down to you all that don't listen to church, or church is not in your business. And maybe no one is doing that interpretation of tongues or whatever. Or they're not delving deep. So most times we go and whisper in our community because Negroes take information and run and do the dumb stuff and wait on that check. Just wait on that check, okay? God got you. And people be wondering, I don't believe in karma. Sometimes you had some rough days and you know you was messing with somebody. Cha-ching. That was a check. Keep it up. That's why I don't bother people. You can come here right now and do something, and I'm going to look at you. I might tell you where it's. I might put my finger. I might just let you have it. But I promise you, somewhere in the corner, I'm going, God, they made me mad. I'm sorry. Please prepare my spirit and get your kids. They doing too much. And I pray that he allow me to repent and forgive me so I can move on. So how do you deal with these people? You stand where you're at. You ask God to reveal to you exactly what's going on and give you divine direction. Divine direction. I will pray with you. But this is real life, and people are making life-changing decisions and know you don't agree with it. But you know what? You're going to be all right. You can't even worry about what they're going to go through if they end up dead with these strangers. If they end up wounded and bruised and hurt when you wanted them to stay with you so you could protect them. Because if you had them with you, they would have been in one spot. If anything was going on, you would have taken the proper steps to protect. But these clowns wanted to penetrate. That's when God would have stepped in. But they said, we got to go. We got to go. We don't want to stay here. But now they're out there with the people that's actually causing the hardship, the pain, exposed directly to them, and you can't protect them. You cannot. Because, see, when you found out, you had a grip and you was going to take some action. But then they hopped out, so you had to figure it out on your own. But now they're tossing things around so hard. You really got to be creative in your prayer and in your divine guidance with God. And okay, it's lasting long. But just look at how great your check is going to be in a minute. And that don't mean physical, but it can manifest into physical rewards. Because you endured without retaliating on the natural side. You didn't pick up sin to resolve the issue. You didn't go crazy. Why? They're crazy. They're bothering you, right? So when you have family members, children that are now adults, or even small kids, or a mate that is just doing the rambunctious most, I first would want to examine myself and ensure I'm not feeding into the problem. After that, if I've decided to move on with my adult children or with my partner, then I pray that they would do the same, but I will be praying that God give me divine guidance on who's who. Because your kids can be sinful and they can be dragging you down, inviting the monsters into your life in the background, giving them passwords and being manipulated and intimidated into stuff. You don't want that. Like say they hooked up with a drug dealer or a prostitute or a pimp that says they're a preacher or a teacher, and they're in your house and they're taking things out of your house to give it to the demon because they're scared of something they saw with these people. You don't need that. So they're letting these people in when you're not home, or they're hanging out with these people, getting information about you having a connection. So when they have their purses or things now, people are taking their IDs. Now they know where I live. Or when you're having phone calls, they've taken the phone and put something on it like they did one of my phones, and now they hear your conversations and everything you guys are doing, and you're home because they're playing on the phone, putting spyware on there. So you need divine guidance on how to move forward. And again, I would pray about continuing with mates and children. I would ask God to make sure I'm cleansed and protected, and my family is too, but to reveal to me what's going on. And from there, you can pray about it. You can pray about it, but you're going to have to be really strong when you see things and hear things that God is telling you. Because again, it may not be what you want. I had kids in grammar school. They were already being influenced by my mother and my father, which are not my biggest fans, which is ungrateful. Which is sad. Yeah, it's ungrateful. They're ungrateful. It's sad. Because I'm great. I'm a great person. I can't speak for them, only myself. And then my children, they're listening to them. Their attitude, like your mom is not, she's not as strong as us. Look at us. Look, we're stable. We've had our homes for a while. But who's throwing me around? Is it you guys? I cannot explain to you all how I move away and these people strategically find people to drag me back to them and then treat me like they're my warden. Like they have to watch my every move. They have to have someone watching me 24/7. I haven't understood that yet. I'm not going to try to, like I said, this will be their last week. It could be my last week. So it's kind of comical that they spent their entire lives trying to watch me and have someone watch me. It's sad that they spent their lives like that and they figured they would waste mine like that. Like I wasn't able to move on. I wasn't able to really go to school effectively. I don't care. As I already told my little papa, God is going to catapult me somewhere. And I'm cool with that. I'm ready for that. So God already told me, relax. They're throwing you around now. But they're going to be sad in a minute. They are. And I don't want that. I play with people all the time to stop bothering me. And they just, who you talk to? Let's pull the rug from under her again. And I'm like, y'all funny. Wait till you see this movie. And they're like, ain't no movie. And I'll tell them what God showed me, and see people keep saying you talk too much. And they be like, okay, let's start some magic on this new thing she showed us. And God is able to switch it again. God is able to revamp it and send this energy back. I don't understand it's got to go somewhere. It ain't going to me. People are funny. I'm telling you, can't make it up. So pray for divine guidance. Again, we're going to be working on divine prayers here for people to use. Maybe I'll sell them. Dollar sheet, but it should change your life because these are meditations. These are manifestation. It's French. These are manifestation things. But again, manifestation is real. If you're busy trying to hurt me, you're manifesting that for yourself. Yeah. Because it's not going to come to me. It's going to go back to you. And when it does, that's your paycheck. It's going to come back one way or the other. It's going to come boomerang. That's why it's important that you don't wish nothing on other people. Because it can't come back to you or your family. You don't want that movie. But that's manifestation. People wanted me dead. They wanted me hidden. They wanted me... Okay, but when that happens to you, they wanted me on camera. I felt this. I said, is there a camera here on me? I felt it. I did. And people have always watched me. Yeah, they're weird. I kind of felt like a celebrity. But this was stupid because God had already given me my divine assignments. And these people thought, ain't no God. Get that out of here. Wow. And they thought, no, we're gonna force you to do something else. And I'm sitting there like, God, get your kids. Not yet. Let them add this up. Look, but I'm being hurt. I don't care about that. You gonna make it. You're gonna be all right. Don't worry. Oh, you're gonna recover. How long must I? You got it. I got you. You're gonna heal. You're gonna come out real good. Just sit back. I'm like, sit back. And I mean, people just toss me like earth. I've been everywhere. And yeah, I'm tired. But God said, when you do lay down, you gonna lay down, and you gonna lay down with a king, a real one. And he gonna have some trees, some things. Yeah, real for real. I said, oh, who? Praise God. And I'm like, but I'm old. He said, you still youthful. I'm gonna restore back to you your youth. Don't worry, girl. You gonna be able to child. You limping now. You gonna be hopping. They popping. The focus. Just stay cool right now. Go with flow. Let it play out. Yes. Let it play out. And no matter who's doing what around you, be cool. Then until you get out now, get your stuff and sit outside. I got you. You be in the car, they say get out. I got you. Now, let me tell y'all. This man, I said in the video maybe yesterday, we are in the house. He said, come on to my house. Come on to my house. I go down there with all my stuff. And I remember that this building isn't for people to come over in. They can't have people there like that. So I'm like, oh, yeah, right? So I'm like, why would he, and the man was like, sex. I said, you know what? That maybe that's why he put me out. Whatever. But no, he couldn't have me in there. But I did visit for maybe a week. And that's why I like sneaking around. I'm grown. I like to come and go like I want to. So all that don't leave out, which is cool. I'm a homebody child. I gotta go outside. I ain't gotta go outside. All that little stuff. So whatever happened, let's see what it's all right. Can I put it back up? Sorry, people. I'm gonna put it back down. I don't want to break it. This is the new phone, Jesus. See, this one came on. It comes on when it feels like it's real hot. It don't even have service, and it's just real hot. And I can't get the screen to come on, but just in the cool of the day, this sucker come on. And I'm trying to understand because it doesn't have service, and I'm like, well, who can use the phone if there's no service on it? Why? Not saying somebody's using it, but I heard somebody was hacking it. And it's like, can they still hack it with no service? What's going on? Why it's not, what? Why is it still being goofy? So, whatever, maybe I'll go online and look it up. So he's talking smart, telling me to shut up like people do. Like somebody came and talked to him and trained him a little bit and told him, I'll give you some money if you do this. Just do this, do that, just like other people around me. Shut up. You talk too much. Why? It's like he's saying to me what people want to say and they will pay him. Really? Oh, yeah, you talk too much. You real disrespectful. And again, he can't hardly walk. He can't hardly talk. He had a stroke. He's young. And he's still trying to be popping, but he's like an old pimp with a lot of disability. And he talks smart. And I'm not sure why, but it sounded like someone came or called him and said, yeah, do this, do that, and I'm going to send you some money. And maybe he had to have the phone open or something. He's sitting there, he talking, oh, you need to change this. And I said, strange part is, and I'm not being funny, but you one cheeseburger from actually having a stroke or being a vegetable. And he was talking to me saying things like, oh, last time I saw you, you had, see, that's never like somebody complimenting you. So I don't need criticism in my situation because I didn't cause it. And it is my responsibility to fix it. But people are constantly like, I was supposed to work for the state. They called and said, postpone. And all I'm thinking is, I talked too much. I told somebody something and they called me. I don't know, but it shut down like most jobs. Oh, let us call you back. There's a pause. I was supposed to start Monday. Okay. So, and all I need is a rental car. A car. Okay. A car. That's it. A car with insurance with my name on it. We cool. We can roll out. So, but I can't do anything because this other phone is down. And I'm going to have to pay for it to get fixed. And to get the service on. What sense that make? It's just stupid. But God is good, and I do have products. You guys can support me. I'm not even asked for a handout. You guys can buy products on my links, my Patreon, all that good stuff. Avon. So I'm like, sir, what is your beef? Right? Oh, last time I saw you, you had this, you did that, you were like this, you like that, and now you never. I said, I don't want to hear that. I said, that's negative. I said, I can't control any of that. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. But you disrespectful. You won't even let me talk. I said, if you were to hurt yourself more than you are, and you're a vegetable, and somebody coming, last time I saw you, you was walking, and now you now look at you, and you do that's what you want. You don't need anybody to be coming down on you, criticizing you, and asking you questions when you've explained the story, and they just want to have something to say, just to be mean. You wouldn't be interested. So that's where I'm at, sir. So he went from there and was like. See, you don't even let me talk to you this way. I said, because you're only criticizing me. I said, you can get in your car right now. Someone can run into you. You're already sick and hopping like you can't really walk by yourself or anything. You won't carry a cane. You don't look healthy. Okay. You don't look good. Okay. I mean, your face fat, but you don't look good. You don't look strong or anything. Okay, so he's talking smart. He banged up probably my computer. He gave me a cart that tipped over the car, myself on balance. Left me outside. Went and got dressed, ugly. And I'm calling around. I'm asking people, can I use the phone? Because mine doesn't work. My computer doesn't work. I was using the internet. Turned the internet off. The lady acted like she let me use the phone, but then it didn't have the right number. I wanted to call. When I found the number, she was like not answering the door. So I started asking people coming through the building. Finally, he comes around. He's talking smart. He gets in his car. And he's like, don't say that to me because I put it out on the side of the road. For what? Just being a stupid jerk. So he gets down the road. And he's doing all this zipping and ripping. You want to go pick up his friend like I'm some crash dummy in the back. Having a good time. I'm like, this is a real stupid jerk, a handicapped jerk. So I'm like, this is sad. This man needs a caregiver, and he's so stupid he can't get it because he's just nasty and silly and dumb and young and crazy. So I'm like, whatever, that's his problem, right? Whatever, I have nothing to do with that. So somehow, while we're in the car, he makes us stop, and somebody slams in back of him. I promise you, he thought about what I said, and he was cool the rest of the ride. No one's exempt from hardship or danger or